It is that time of year again, fashion's biggest night. It literally took over New York City, as it always does. But the Met Gala is where style meets spectacle, and the world's biggest stars don't just walk the carpet, they make statements. And with this year's theme as costume art, or fashion is art, every look told a story, every detail is intentional. And let's be honest, some of them left us stunned, while others left us asking questions. And so grab your tea, let's talk about it. First up is Gigi Hadid. Now, hear me out. When I first saw her, I said, another see-through dress. But then I heard her talk it out, and I was like, okay, I see where she's going with it. So she said she worked with Miu Miu and actually placed the flame appliques that you see on her gown. She actually placed them herself where she felt confident, but she described it as art on canvas, which made me think of Andrew Bolton, who curated the costume art exhibition, and said of the theme and how the exhibition came together, quote, the centrality of the dress body, juxtaposing objects from across the museum's vast collection with historical and contemporary garments from the Institute, end quote. And to me, that made me think of all bodies and how we're all different and we're kind of true walks of art, God's walks of art, if I say so myself. And like Gigi said, we are a canvas in our own right. So more to the sheer than just meets the eye. Let's take a look at the next one. This is someone who took the theme quite literally, which I love because sometimes fashion can be deep and it has a story and all the things, but as they're walking down the carpet, things go quickly. So just help me understand. The first time Emma Chamberlain did that exquisitely. She nailed it with this dramatic impressionism inspired look by Mugler. The dress is inspired by paintings from the 19th century and how they capture light and that fleeting movement of color. And so think like a boat painting that you've probably seen out and about, the way the colors between the sky and the water just all seem to flow together. That's kind of what's going on here. But to me, it kind of looked like a painting panel. The thing that painters use to hold their paint colors while they're at the canvas. The colors get mixed together as you go, and then you get kind of that smudgy color that you see at the top of the dress, while the untouched colors kind of remain the same at the bottom. So let's switch gears to Angela Basset because her outfit came with a story. This look was inspired by a painting called The Girl in the Pink Dress by Laura Wheeler Waring. It was painted actually in the Harlem Renaissance era in 1927, so lots of art history there. But she also talked of the vine going down the back of her dress and how they are longer now to show a mature woman rocking the pink dress and the evolution of the girl in the painting. I thought that was really special. This was probably one of my favorite stories of the night. But let's get to the queen, the Devil Wears Prada queen, Anne Hathaway. She is in custom Michael Kors, a fabulous ball gown that exuded elegance, and it actually paid homage to art history as well. But doesn't she look like Queen of Genovia right here? That's the movie they need to make a sequel to. I want to see another one of those. She looks absolutely stunning, but the dress was actually hand painted by Kors's former classmate, artist Peter Magot. On the back, Hathaway's gown was an intricate portrait of Irene, the ancient Greek goddess of peace. So I think this was a really stellar look. It hit all of the art notes while also being really elegant. Let's get to Heidi Klum, the queen of Halloween. She came out early to play on the Met Gala carpet, and she took things quite literally as a living Roman sculpture. So there you have it. Her team does a good job every single time, I will say that. Let's switch gears to Janelle Monáe on the gaps between nature and technology and art, which made me think of NFTs. You know, those have been growing a lot lately, and how technology is changing the scope of how we consume and even invest in art. And so the look was custom Christian Soriano, and it was even complete with animatronics, you guys. So this moves. It had cars on it, and I also think it just is the intersectionality of nature and technology and how technology is kind of taking over in today's age. So switching gears to this next one. This one's really exciting, you guys, because it's local. This is Yseult. She is a prominent, independent French singer, songwriter, model, and fashion icon, and she's actually wearing Harris Reed. But you're saying, how is this local? Well, it's styled by a local stylist right here from the DFW, KJ Moody. He honed those art skills actually at the Art Institute of Dallas, and he's actually known as Beyonce's go-to stylist as of late. So shout out to him for putting Texas on the fashion map, literally with the giants. I mean, it's exciting to see kind of local designers go mainstream, especially when they come from your hometown. We're actually going to be talking about that pipeline in the next Fashion Hunter that's coming soon, so make sure you mark your calendars for that. And to round it out with the queen of everything, quite literally. She ended a 10-year hiatus away from the Met Gala and came back as the co-chair this year in an ensemble by Oliver Roosting. That is my favorite, my first favorite from her. If you look at Beyonce over the years and when she attended the Met Gala, she hasn't really dominated the scene in any way. So it's nice to see her come this year, and she did not come alone. She came with Blue Ivy and Jay-Z, and they look absolutely fabulous as well. So that's our thoughts. We want to know yours too, though. So DM us at WFAGMT or send a message to me because I want to know too, Aaron Hunter TV, and share what your favorite design was from last night. There were so many, we couldn't touch on them all, but let us know what you think. Greg, did you get into the fashion last night?
No, I've just been seeing the highlights this morning.
Any favorites from this morning?
No, it's all just kind of a little over the top for me. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Fashion. We'll talk about it after.
Okay.